welcome to episode 176 of Candid Conversations. And we have on the mic with us, Len-Dor.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, King?
I'm good, fam. I'm good. It's been a minute, Terrell. It's been a minute.
You know what? I just redid when I did the promo. I just realized this. It has been a year almost to the day since our first conversation.
Word.
Bro, I swear that was just last week.
Feels like it. With the amount of work that we're doing, it feels like it. Trust me.
I'm telling you, fam, like it's bonkers. And I've been watching what you're doing. You got a lot of things happening over on that side, you know what I mean? Like Rook Beats, I see all over your timeline.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? There's a couple of names I see on your timeline. I can't call them to memory right now because it's a little foggy.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, E. Smitty, you know what I mean? But Rook, like let's talk about your relationship with your producer for a second, because from what I understand, he's furnishing you with beats like bonkers. Like, I mean, he's like, I can't even finish a sentence because of what you told me earlier, and I just want you to tell the people. So, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, my boy Rook and I, we grew up together in this music business, right? Back home in the country, Trinidad. So
yeah,
it's like I come like my brother, you know. So, you know, when we very first started doing this hip hop shit, he was making beats. I happen to be a rhymer. It's not only him; it's two of them. It's Rook and my boy Silence.
okay.
And the thing about it is that when we clicked up, when we clicked up on the fact that there was like the internet cafe that I worked at. They had like these open mic situations going on, which allowed people to spit their bars or whatever. And those two, we connected, Silence and Rook, and everything else is history, man. And we've been doing this for the past. We met when 2005, 2006, yeah.
Okay.
And we kept rolling ever since. I mean, we love hip hop music. We've been through a lot of changes. It's the three of us, and we just kept going. So now it's kind of like it feels like it's supposed to happen like this, that we just keep dropping all these jewels and bombs, and people are feeling it, you know.
All right. Now, talking about how far you've come with this click in hip hop, let's talk about how far hip hop has come in general. We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and a lot of people didn't think it was gonna make it out of the 70s. They didn't. They're like, oh, they're gonna fizzle out. Nah, bro, we got moguls. We don't even have moguls. I call myself a multimedia mountain. A mogul's not big enough to describe what I do.
Okay.
Okay. And they ain't going around me easy. That's for damn sure.
Easy, boy. Easy.
The good stuff. The good stuff adults go for.
I hear you.
I'm telling you. So, oh man, like you've been moving around a little bit lately and relocating, and how are you planning a tour? You got any albums in the works?
Well, I released 2 albums this year, right? So I released The Truth to Deny. That's with Bull Fat.
Yep.
And that ended up being a very good, successful album. I'm still dealing with the aftershocks of that album, where a lot of people still want me to perform certain songs from that album, like DeLorean. And DeLorean has been a big hit for that album among the other ones I've released. And then within like 2 months of that release, or 3 months, I released another album, which came from Rook. That was a few pages from the Dark Ages. So I took advantage of the, how should I put it? I took advantage of the bit of the buzz I was having, and I just released the second album. And amazingly, they've all been given that equal response, which I really appreciate. So
nice.
It's dope, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So we do have one of these tracks here.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Speak It, Len-Dor.
Yeah, that was released today.
That was released. That's a fresh release, literally 21 minutes ago.
Real fresh.
I'm going to consider this an exclusive right here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
We got an exclusive on Candid Conversations. We usually do this on a Terrell Effect, but it's Len-Dor. So, you know what I mean? Legend. We make legends. We make legends work. We make, you know what I mean? We go around the plans to make sure the legends can stand. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It is what it is. So we got this right here. I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a preface to the track. Like, what's going on with it?
So basically, this joint is a rook project, and this song is basically speaking about the greatness of us black people, despite all the turbulence we have dealt with in our lives. And my boy E. Smitty, you know, he was like he's a rapper based out in Georgia,
Okay.
and we have connected on two songs of this project, and it's been going quite well so far. So when we sat down, we started brainstorming which one of the songs that we between him and that we did on the album, which we think was a hit. We found this one spoke out the most.
Okay.
So we decided to do a video for that and drop it, and the rest is history, bro.
All right. Well, let's make history again on Candid Conversations. For the first time, Aaron speaking. Rook Beats, Len-Dor, E.
Yes,
Smitty.
sir.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
It is His mercy that keeps us alive. It is His mercy that keeps us alive. It is His mercy that keeps us alive.
It is.
It is His mercy that keeps us alive.
God driven, touched by the wisdom, never fluctuating. I'm stuck on that vision, the birthright that's been given a foresight. The skin color that absorbs the sunlight. The Hebrew that's been touched by old knowledge. Ageless wonder placed in cold storage. Cryogenic, the soul's been replenished. Bending time like a dude and the tenant. Illuminate, lighthouse in the dark. Check the jewels we crate, all sparks. So fluid, we float over rocks. Gin and tonic, we hand out the shots. From the dirt, the image of the king. Cage beast, living in full pain. From long distance, David and the sling. Pump fake, you get yourself killed. That's a fact, boy. We out here since day one. The meddling people, God blessed us. Let's keep going. Never stop, just bring the heat. So savvy, we downplay the tragedy. Built for war, we understood the agony. Been there before, we understood the battlefield. Check the 70s, we took mad casualties. This generation mad weak in their faculties. Lost tribe that's looking for a home. Ain't their chase for riches, they aim at your dome. Scattered pigeons, the sound of the chrome. They treat the streets like a garden. Picking off flowers, their hearts have no pardon. Anyone gets it, a fool at the throttle. Their peace comes straight from the barrel. Monsters without fathers and mothers. Pill takers are stuck in that bubble. Dream chasers who ran and then stumble. Miss lessons given by the ancestors.
It is His mercy that keeps us alive.
Okay.
It is His mercy that keeps us alive. It is His mercy that keeps us alive. It is His mercy that keeps us alive.
Using kids for gator bait, let's get that straight. The throwaways is what we use to make a plate. Sun up to sundown, slaving just to build a land. Agnostic, but I still feel it's God's plan. When the exec came out, they was kicking kids out of school. Clouded in my thoughts like boss, why you change the rules? Your bar, go to the store, give me a hat that reads KKK. He was shocked, but believed he was on his way. Next day, my teacher was like, "For my son, explain your garment." I said, "For sure, but wait, I beg your pardon. You're kicking kids out of school for wearing an X hat, so I got a KKK hat. See what you gonna do about that?" All black top to bottom, true indeed, it's like that. Wore that shit all day, and them bastards never said that. Point that I'm making, there will be no blue faking. Leave you in your shoes shaking, doing what we do blatant. Yeah, said we won't been awakened, cause everything was taken. Want it back right now, and nah, we ain't waiting.
It is His mercy that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Everything there was done by me, except for E. Smitty's part, because he's in Georgia. But I did all the editing. I shoot my own videos and everything too as well. So
Okay.
you know, your boy been trying to get it in.
Multifaceted. Nah, man, that's getting in for true. 2 albums, a video, you know what I mean? That's just what we started talking about. Right. So, how'd you come across E. Smitty?
Oh, so S, you interviewed S already. S is kind of like a big homie I kind of like always relate to when I need advice or whatever it is. So S was the guy who kind of like introduced me to E. Smitty. E. Smitty's a very talented dude too, though. He
Yeah.
sings and raps. That dude got a lot of work out. And I was kind of fortunate to be able to work with this type of dude, bro. So, you know, I mean, we very cool and everything. And off of this project of him and I working closely together on 2 joints, we became very much more entrenched in understanding what our style is and what we do and whatever it is. So, that's the big homie right there.
All right. That's dope. That's
Mhm.
dope. So, you get into any sports this season, either playing or watching?
Oh, bro. Honestly, bro, I haven't. So my nephew, he's kind of like he just got accepted to Guelph University
Oh,
to play
congratulations.
online. So you know what I mean? So I'm happy for him. So that's kind of like probably the only sports I've been kind of working with. I've got a little bit of highlights here, then everywhere. I've seen Canada in the FIBA World Cup kicking ass.
Mhm.
I've seen the NFL, the CFL games that's been going on, and some of the NFL preseasons and stuff like that. So that's what I get on first glance. That's about it.
Okay. True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I just realized, I don't know, I might have started a little bit late, but I got into a few sports this year.
Okay.
Courtesy of my lady, she got me signed up for the replacement slow pitch team.
Okay.
Shout out to the replacements, you know what I mean? And then outside of that, one of the members on the replacements team,
Yeah.
actually the scorekeeper's boyfriend's on a men's team,
Right.
looking for more men to play. So
Right.
I was like, all right, cool. So now I'm on two teams. Then amongst those two teams, there's
Mhm.
another tournament happening. So people on both teams decided they want to form a third team. And on September 30th, I got another tournament that I got to play.
Well, enjoy it, bro.
Yeah,
You're
fam.
wanted. That's the most important. People want you.
Yeah. It's insane though, because like, you know what I mean? To know and to see is just two different things. And it's like yesterday was a very humbling experience playing with the Pirates.
Right.
Because when I play on the replacements, I pitch or I'm on the field. Like I only sit. Like if I sit for maybe 3 innings because we have too many people.
Right.
But as I said yesterday, I was just pitching it. I was just hitting and sitting. I was a designated hitter. I was just hitting and sitting. That's all it was, hitting and sitting. Like I don't mind hitting and sitting, bro. I can hit. Like I'm not as sore today. I don't have as many bruises. You know what I mean? Like I can ambulate without groaning. I can. You know what I mean? Not that I don't want to play, but if you just want me to hit and sit, I can do that too.
Sounds like a very manageable sport, I guess, manageable situation. So hey,
it is running in short bursts. You know what I mean? It's all right. Like my first hit, I got a triple. I probably would have got home if I actually ran. If I wasn't watching the ball.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things.
Well, I mean, hey, being active is good, man. Trust me.
Oh, it's definitely
Being active is good.
Especially at this point in our life.
You have to be. Right now, I started back working out this year, and then after I took a trip to my wife to Cuba, and I haven't started back since because one, two things happened. The garage I work out in, we dumped all our stuff in there, so it's in the way of all my gym shit. So I have to try to move all that back and then get restarted and acclimated again. But I take my time. I mean, it's something. It's a necessity for me. Since after playing sports for so many years, it's a must for me. So as you get older, you need it. So being able to move and walk and be functional,
And I just realized what I had been missing for so long because like I've been active from like, okay, as long as I can remember. Like if I go all the way back to high school, football team, I was on the band, I was on the slow pitch team. And then moving forward through college, did a lot of walking, either for like 2 or 3 races. And then like in my early adult life, I playing a little bit. I was playing a few different activities or doing a few different activities, like working out at the gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I stagnated for a little bit, and I was just like, because I even have a workout system upstairs.
Okay.
I have a workout system upstairs, but the same thing you did to your garage is what I did to my room.
Exactly. I spent some money and I bought my bar, I bought my squat rack, I bought everything. If you go on my Instagram right now, you see I have tons of clips before we went on vacation.
Is that your house you're working out in?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought you were working out at a gym, fam.
That's me.
I saw, what was it, like 450 pounds or 350?
Squat 350 something, deadlifting 405. That's why I stopped that right now because of the fact that, again, I said vacation and that took shit over, and that was it. So it was kind of tough for me,
What
But
do you do? Eat transmissions for breakfast or something? Like,
bro, I
like
know it's bro, it's life, right? I'm 6'8", 300 and some pounds, right? And I mean,
holy shit,
I
bro! You
try
are
I
trying.
try to I try to I try to maintain myself because I don't want to be one of those dudes who big and just you lose a lot of motion, you lose a lot of function and stuff like that. I've seen it. I've seen when I first moved here to Toronto, and I played for Toronto Argonauts in the off season. I used to work in a physio clinic, and I remember seeing past athletes come to us and how their bodies would be after. You know what I mean? Because back in those days, they didn't take those things seriously. So for me, I try to be I always recommend to people strength training is a must.
Yeah.
If you could do some form of strength training, it's a must. It's what keeps you together. As you get older, you lose
Muscle
muscle
integrity.
mass, you lose muscle integrity, your tissues and your muscles start to get porous. So especially if you're a person who never had a history of working out, it's you have to stay active, or it's going to be a bad situation altogether.
Playing
So,
football is what saved my life. That's what the doctor said. Like he asked me what sports I played and whatever because I was in a
yep,
car accident earlier, like in 2004. And
yep.
he said, and he ran down. He's like, okay. And he said, playing football is what saved your life. And so what he talked about is like the impact
Well,
you're used to taking is harder than the car that hit you. So
yep,
because you're used to, and I played for high school. I wish I had gone further, but
yeah.
I played offensive and defensive line for the whole game. So I only came off
Okay.
every other special teams.
Cool.
So yeah, yeah.
Well,
Uh,
for me, I played sports from basketball all the way to football. So for me, I've been playing sports all my life. I've been
yeah,
in martial arts, everything. So because for me, I just my family, my father's side, they're all athletes. So I had an uncle played for UCLA basketball. I have another uncle played. My dad played cricket.
okay,
So coming from the Caribbean, that's what you had. Like you had
yep,
sports or books.
yep,
So we took full advantage of it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't get it. They get it twisted. The more active you are, the better for you.
yep.
Because if you're not active enough, then you start developing hip issues, joint issues,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
mobile is being mobility issues. You start developing. So yeah,
yep.
pretty much, mate.
Resistance. Okay, now here's a question:
Question.
resistance bands, weight training, or calisthenics? Which would be the best? And
I think calisthenics is something that is for people who are of an intermediate level. If you've been lifting your life, if you're working on lifting for a little part of your life, you got to attack the calisthenics. Resistance training, strength training is much more important. That's much more doable. It's much more manageable. It's much easier to maintain.
okay,
Because once you get into a program, if you have a good trainer, you get into a program, a structured program designed for you, for all your limitations and all that stuff, that could work wonders for you for all your life, and you don't really need much. Um, I think the fitness industry has sensationalized everything so much now
mm,
that they kind of make it look they make it look like it's a fad instead of a necessity. So they're people are much more focusing on the look instead of understanding the healthy byproduct it does for you
mm,
when you're not thinking about it, when you're only thinking about how you look, but being able to stand, move, your immune system, regeneration, all these different things. So I would suggest to anyone strength training. Strength training is the key.
okay.
Strength training is the key.
Yeah, that's why I had the follow up question to that. It's like, what type of strength training would you recommend? And like you just said, like,
Um, well, it depends, right? So you
yeah,
have different formats that people will use for strength training. Like for instance, like the new fad now, you see people lifting like power lifters. So you
yeah,
find people doing the full compound movements, they're doing the squats, deadlift, bench press, the overhead press, and that's it. Right? And they throw in a couple of accessories in there.
yeah,
Then you have the people who will do what you consider functional training. Those are the people who kind of like more focus on more natural and animalistic movements, right?
okay,
With a little bit of strength in it. And there's some people who just do general sports. Like they'll join a little rec team or a basketball team and they go kickball, bounce ball, and that's it.
mhm,
So it's one of those things where you have to know what your goal, your specific goal is, and once you understand your specific goal, everything else is gravy.
okay.
Every,
I was was it a year and a half ago? I was 291. I'm 254.
That's good.
I mean,
Diet is important too, though. Eat properly.
yeah.
That changes the whole game.
Yeah, the kitchen is where most of the weight is fought. I find.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, sir.
So I cut back on carbs and I started drinking more water, and the pounds just started dropping.
Yeah, because the body grabs that. Carbs make you hold water. Especially if you're eating. The thing is, you need carbs, but you could choose your carbs wisely. I always tell when I used to do personal training, I would tell a lot of my clients, like if you could stay away from processed carbs, it saves you quite a bit. So like the cookies, if you're not baking your own cookies, anything that comes off of assembly line, be careful. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what is being put into that. You know what I mean? Especially that when you look at the back of the ingredients and fructose syrup and all these different things that they use to sweeten your stuff, that's what you have to be careful of. And you wanna get more natural foods in your system. You know what I mean? You want to get a little more potato, a little more beans, rice. You know what I'm saying? And quantity is very important too. If you find yourself overeating, you gotta chill with that shit. Or you don't know what things you're really emphasizing mostly on when you eat. Those things are very important to look at. Very, very important.
Yep. Portion control. I'm bad for portion control.
Mm-hmm.
Bad for portion control. I see it. I want, like, especially when it comes to food that I like. Like, I mean, my lady makes a mean lasagna. Mean.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like Garfield when that shit comes out of the oven. I barely wait for that to cool down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I just had a sweet potato shepherd's pie this evening. So you know what I mean? So I get it.
Yeah. But like it's a once in a while treat kind of thing, so I don't feel like I'm overindulging. But like, I mean, when it comes to like oxtail and rice and peas or oxtail, you know what I mean? It's like those are foods that they come around every so often. So when they do, I kind of find myself gorging a little. You know, a couple weeks ago, there was like 3 days in a row where I had ackee and saltfish.
Yeah,
you know,
that's serious right there. That's very
yeah. I made it down here. Then I went up to my parents' house, and my mom made it up there. And then like in between when we both made it, I had it at my house again. So I was like, all right, cool.
That's a double dose of carbs, bro.
Telling you, but like. It was just, I don't know. Actually, I didn't have ackee. I had ackee and saltfish. My mom made ackee and chicken. Never had it before in my life, but it tasted good. Ackee and chicken, bro.
Yeah, that's serious. That's serious. That's very serious. I've never heard that combination either.
Neither have I, bro. I'm sitting there eating the thing like it's saltfish, and I'm like, it's a little bit chewier than I'm used to, but you know what? I'm not questioning my mother's food because you know what? She made it for me and she cares about me and she loves me. So I'm just not saying nothing, but I'm chewing it. I'm just like, saltfish, not this. This doesn't even taste salty, and I can taste the barbecue-like flavor. And I'm like, okay, maybe she threw some barbecue sauce in the saltfish to cut off the salt and things. So I'm eating the food and sit down, and then I know she does. She had something up her sleeve, and anytime she does, David, you don't notice anything. What do you mean? She's like, you don't notice nothing with the food.
Right. She wanted to recognize if we did anything different. If she did anything different.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I like, and I'm sitting here like, is this a loaded question? Am I gonna answer this right? Am I in trouble if I don't? You know, like I don't care as big as I am. Yo, like I said, I'm 6'3", 254. But as soon as I come around my parents, it's like they have me programmed to just like.
Well, that's good teaching, right?
Yeah.
Same to my parents. That's good teaching. You know what I mean? You guess that's how they raised us. Not a question shit. That's yum.
Yeah, but and the next thing, it's not even like it's just my parents. Like even my girl's parents, like she's in the building and I'm just like a teenager again. It's like I revert to my previous self. Like, oh yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. She's like, it's your house. What are you acting so?
That's just good upbringing.
Yeah,
I'm the same way, bro. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
That's just good upbringing, and that trust me, that's a dying breed now when it comes to this new generation. Trust me, a dying breed, very dying.
You know what? Not entirely. There are a few good examples left. and some of them are present company. So, I have hope. My sister's got a few friends that, my daughter's got a few friends that, they look out for her kind of thing, and they're not like the typical 13-year-old boy kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember being 13. I'm not gonna act like I was Mr. Charming all the time. Fuck. I remember. My dad won't let me forget. There's this one story. I was like 4 years old, and apparently, like, I was cute or something. I don't know. So this one woman walks up to me and she pinches my cheek and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be such a lady killer when you grow up." And like, because at 4 years old, you take everything literally. I'm just like, I don't want to kill nobody in the middle of the mall, right? And I'm just like, and then they explained to me what it meant, and I was just like, oh, okay, I get it. But like, nah, man, I like my one. Thank you very much. One enough.
Understood, man. I mean, it's food, bro. Like that's the number one killer right now for people with anything right now. It's the food.
It is.
It's the
because
food.
they're not getting the right type.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that have undiagnosed issues, like between gluten and like what you have it, gluten, diabetes, high blood pressure, sugar, low blood pressure. You know what I mean? I know some people that have to avoid salt. I know people that have to like eat salt like it's
hypertension.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's bonkers.
That's what I mean. If you could eat your food as natural as you can, and you could basically get the right sources of your food, you should have nothing to worry about, man. That's exactly what the key is. Your food sources and education. That's the key.
Yeah,
if you can't, you're in a bit of a pickle.
Right now, that's probably one of the only things we're not growing in our backyard. Pickles. Like we got peppers, we got tomatoes, we got some herbs, a couple of seasonings and stuff like that, and it's just growing naturally in the back. And I'm like, I've wanted to do that for a long time, but sometimes plans only come together when the right people are playing their part.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I mean? Like it's amazing if I go back to August. Okay, the first weekend of August, I was at Caravana with my lady, my daughter, and her friend. My daughter's friend was dressed up as Spider-Man, Spider-Girl. My daughter was dressed up as Ghostface. My lady was dressed as Wonder Woman, and I was dressed as Batman. When I tell you, we were stopped over 100 times between the exhibition loop and Princess Gate, and you know how far that is because you've been to Toronto enough to know.
Right.
From exhibition loop to Princess Gate, we must like 100 times. That's
that's a lot. That's a lot.
It came to the point where we saw, because they turned the parade around, which I just realized.
Right.
So the whole parade's turned around. So instead of going from the top of exhibition or Princess Gate down, it goes from the bottom of Lakeshore up.
Yeah.
And then I realized everything was coming towards us. So we just posted by the fence. I put up a camera, and then we were there, and people were walking out the gate and taking pictures of us, and walking up to us and taking pictures, and asking us if we wanted to take pictures. Apparently, my sister's friend was driving the TTC, and she asked my sister if she could believe that she saw Batman down there. And my sister laughed and said, "Do you believe that it was my brother?"
It's funny. That's funny.
So, like, I'm telling you, culture shock is a real thing. Issue 29 and 30 is up at magazine.sharetheshock.ca. We will have issue 30 up short, issue 31 and 32 up shortly. That is our third year. Oh my gosh, our third year anniversary. No, 36 is our third year anniversary. So we'll get to issue 36, which is 4 issues from now.
Yeah.
Counting the issue I'm working on.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot going on. Like, I mean, I've consolidated them into 2 monthly issues. There's too much happening right now for me to take 2 weeks out of every month to make one. So I take 2 weeks out of every 2 months to make both. And then I put them up. But like, and I get help from A. Smith. Shout out to A. Smith, because like there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes virtually that people don't even know about to get me like my music. A lot of my
Right.
music I get from her. You know what I mean? I'm talking
Right.
like industry music, like I mean the Marleys, the you name it, the
Mm-hmm.
Shaggies. I got music from her from them. So
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's like the other day, I played like 3 songs back to back by Shaggy, and I'm just like, hold on,
Dope. That's dope.
hold on a second. I play Shaggy on my radio station right now, and then I thought again. I was just like, hold on a second. From the first time we talked till now,
Yeah.
I started a radio station. I started under the advisement of Senior G, the nucleus of the Village Global Network,
Mm-hmm.
the heartbeat of the Village Global Network. Kimmy K, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, did a lot of administrative work to propagate us in the trajectory that we're currently traveling. We have Sister Sam, who is doing her thing to make sure the information from each creative in the Village Global Network gets to the Village Global Network chat. We
Nice.
got Finally TV, who's doing his thing to make sure he consistently brings you the facts raw and unadulterated. We got
Nice.
we got oh my gosh, we got so many people going on. We got DJ B Lethal. The man sat down, studied every single show and the industry as it stands, and revamped our entire programming to make sure that people were awake or listening to our programs during the time that was most likely to be heard. Okay, this is just 6 of the 25 creatives that are a part of the Village Global Network, myself included. Also including the POE, who has me and the boys wrestling. Now I gotta oh man, tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna get to a little excerpt of this right here because it's like I'm telling you, it's something different, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's something different. Like we're doing some serious things with yeah, there we go. Okay, speaking of Lady Strange, there we go. All right, cool. We got it right here, bang. All right, so basically,
Mm-hmm.
James Owen Brown, the POE, politically organized entity.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so Caravana, first weekend of August.
Mm-hmm.
Second weekend of August, I was one of the sponsors for the first annual Afro Caribbean Festival in Welland.
Nice.
I was also the media coverage,
Nice.
right? So then
Nice.
we have that. Third weekend in August, we had Exposing the North, which is a showcase of talent from across the region.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was pretty dope. I saw that. That was pretty dope.
Thank you, thank you. And then the last weekend of the month, I brought my daughter to her mother's wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, and every one of those days had like a 3-day pre-show kind of thing, or 3 days beforehand where I had to get ready for it. It's like the summer was so hectic, fam. So you know what I mean? But it was good. It was all kinds of good.
Well, that's what you want, bro. You want to keep yourself in circulation at all times. I mean, for me, music wise, this summer I did a couple performances. I performed at Mississauga Arts. Then I had like 2 showcases in Hamilton, which went pretty well. The videos on my YouTube as well. To me, I focus this summer on trying to get a little more visible,
Yeah.
doing a little more shows and stuff like that. There was others I got invited to in Peterborough, in London, but I could not get there because of how I worked. You know what I mean? Even one of my homeboys in the chat right now, Spade, he performed at one with Nate the Imperative. So like that was one I'm really disappointed I couldn't get to go because Nate Imperative is like he's like a heavy hitter in when it comes to the underground hip hop scene. So it kind of sucks for me that I didn't get to do those 2, but I'm still thankful for the opportunity. So she to perform for the Mississauga Arts, that was like a big thing because that's like a lot of these different types of artists. You had guitar players, female singers, even had poetry there, and it was so cool to meet all these different people. So, and I mean, I sold some merch. I have like I'm going down in merch right now when it comes to like CDs and stuff like that. I know what I mean. So I'm trying to really immerse myself in the Canadian music atmosphere, trying to get my face a little more known, get a little more out there. push a lot of more of my face and my music out there and stuff like that. So like the track I dropped today, I'm planning to share that shit all week and do an ad for it and move that shit. Like I'm trying because there's so many talented rappers here in Mississauga region.
Yeah.
And so many different other artists who I mess with from in the US and here that the game is getting competitive. So the only way for you to stand out is either one or two ways. Put out quality music or come up with content that makes people always know that you're in circulation and you're moving and all that stuff, you know? That's something you do quite well, you know?
Thank you.
Ever since I met you a year ago, you've been very much serious about exposing the North and all that stuff. And I'm very much in awe of how you've been consistent and you kept it going. Even with the music in Toronto, I even looked up your boy, Johnny Armani.
Yeah.
I looked up his music today. He's pretty tight. He's pretty tight.
Yeah.
He's pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I never knew Niagara had that heavy hip hop vibe. So that's one place I would like to perform in Niagara if I can. I don't mind performing in Niagara for sure.
Say less. The next one I organize, just let me know.
All right,
Actually, I'm aiming to organize one for November.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working with a lucrative group, Six Star Music Group.
Yeah.
Just signed the contract yesterday to work with them, have them on board as basically project managers because they recognize all that I did to put on the last shows, and they've seen where they could facilitate services.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're gonna provide me some of those while I render the services I'm effective with. And DUI made a good point. He's one of the reasons why I was charting in the UK. I believe we peaked at number 8 on the xrpradio.co.
Nice.
And that's a radio station that has over 150,000 listeners and things like that. So the song produced by DUI with someone else featuring yours truly. Damn, we should have put featuring yours truly, fam. That's the next time I do a collaboration feature with y'all, I'm going as yours truly.
I hear that, buddy. I hear that.
It was with someone else featuring myself, and it was called Maybe. And I mean, the track, it brought me well out of my comfort zone. It's like a pop alternative track.
Yes.
That kind of has me like, it has me do it like I was given the line to start with, or a concept of the line to start with, and he said it's like something like a big dog trying to get up on a lap kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? A scenario where you don't quite fit into where you're trying to fit in. So I'm here, and like I have the song, and like my lines go like, hold on, like POE is nice on it, but my lines go like, big dog trying to get up on your lap. I made moves that I'm never looking back to. The things I've already outgrown. Now I'm looking for my throne while I'm aiming for the throne. I've been places you would never see. Too fly, too high, because Icarus is me. Sick of movie, see a new reality. Pick apart the scene because the block is oversized. The block on the stacks to the most high. Right the track with POE, made with DUI. Come on, man. I'm not even going any further. I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Like the man, it's like he wound me up and he just said go, and I went off on the track, and it's just like, okay,
that's
like
good.
It was compared to a song, and Jason or DUI will be able to let me know. It was compared to a song that has over 750 million views on YouTube.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I was just like, okay, I was baffled. I was so baffled because like I just had fun doing it.
No, but that's honestly, bro, that's where it starts, man. I always tell people my initiative for doing music, really and truly, it's as I think I answered this question to someone online. I mean, as much as we want to make money, stick to the fundamentals, bro. Like stick to loving what you do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I take a lot of great deal effort in doing what I do, putting out my music, doing my music videos, doing what I do, because what I've learned to understand about the Canadian culture here when it comes to hip hop is that we have a lot of talented artists.
Yep.
But I think everyone is very fixed on figuring out streams and views, but not understanding your online presentation and your quality of your brand, how you want to be perceived. is what makes a difference. Because I've seen dudes with squaggly looking shit and they get millions of views, but they don't sell out, they don't sell venues, they don't sell merch. And I've seen dudes with the opposite side of it do extremely well. You know, like there's this young man who I met, I forgot his name. I met this young man at the performance in Mississauga Arts. He's like a gospel artist, hip hop artist. When I went to his page, he goes to a university somewhere here. But when I went to his page, I was amazed though, like the craft and how he took his time with his music. He doesn't have a whole load up of videos, but every one of his projects were done with absolute quality. His music is lovely too. So, and then you have the ones with a ton of volume and their music quality is not that great. It's more like they're more trying to do something for the present instead of the quality of the music. So that for me right there. I prefer to eat little and live long.
Yeah.
You know, then gorge myself and then spot out in the end, if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like my thing. You know what I mean? I just don't believe in volume too much. I don't believe in going crazy and putting out everything, you know? So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are just past the halfway mark of the show, and that's usually when I flip the script.
Word.
If you remember, when I flip the script,
yep.
the guest the opportunity to be the host and ask whatever questions they have or make whatever statements they have. So the floor is yours, Len-Dor, as we flip the script.
What I want to find out from you, Terrell, bro, how much Mississauga artists come and perform in Niagara? Like, what is the reception like for Mississauga hip hop artists?
I'd say of the Peel region. We'll call it the Peel region just to, include more people.
Yeah.
Of the 15, 17 acts that showed up at the last show, I believe 3 to 5 of them were from the Peel region.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get a good response from them. It's just it takes a little bit more coercing to get people there from, like, once they're out of the region, further out of the region they are, it takes more coercing to get them in. So it's like I had to pull some shit like, and I'll tell you guys right now, and if you think it's manipulative, it is.
Right.
I'll tell people right now. I'll tell a couple of people, okay, you got to show up for 3 o'clock set time.
Right.
Not set time, sorry, 3 o'clock mic check. I know they're not showing up till 5. Okay. So if I tell you 5, you're gonna show up at 7.
Right.
And the show starts at 7, so I'm telling you 3.
Right.
That's all that it is.
Okay. So what, compared to the music that comes out of Niagara to Mississauga, what do you think is the level of music like? What do you think? You think Niagara is better? It has more thump than Mississauga, or it's vice versa, or it's the same? I'm
gonna be very diplomatic with my answer. I think if I were to liken though, like Toronto, Mississauga, and Niagara in the hip hop game, I would say we're looking at New York. I want to say New York area, the Midwest, and the Dirty South.
Okay.
Because like there's a transition from like the hard boom bap to like a more variety pop kind of thing.
Okay.
Out here, like the rap sounds more like pop. Where up in Mississauga, you're closer to Toronto, I feel.
Yeah.
But you still have some of that grit, some of that raw, some of that gutter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're out here, like, what's the hardest thing people have had to do? Push a plow? And I don't say that with any disrespect. Pushing a plow is hard, but you can't be gangster pushing a plow, bro. It doesn't work. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard physically, but it's just not hard proverbially. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm just saying.
So another question I want to ask, right? How does music sell in Niagara? Like, so for instance, what I've learned here in Mississauga, right? I've learned that people here are heavy streamers, some a few merchandise type of movers. Is it in Niagara? Is it like that though? Is it like where people buy more merch and stream, or it's the same as the Saga?
More people have their merch to sell. And like are looking for like ticket sales from shows and things like that than actually trying to get their streams up. I know one guy who has like close to 700 billion streams on TikTok for one of his songs.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like. That's not even supposed to be a real fucking number. 700 billion. What the fuck, bro?
You sure half of that is not bought and sold? Like,
Even if it is 700 billion, bro,
yeah, that's crazy.
that's a lot of bots. You have like that's the whole Autobot fleet
Yeah,
with the Decepticons, Constructicons, and all of that shit.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's madness. I think what happened was he made a song, a football player caught a wind of it, he put it in a TikTok, and then it just went astronomical.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure Niagara has a serious underground movement though. Like, I mean, some dudes I kind of like Google who when I kind of look up some of the Canadian artists, you all have some heavy hitters down there. Though. I just don't understand why we don't get much more from down there though.
As is one of the big ones out here. Johnny's one of the big ones. Pluto's out here. There's Big Dubs. There's Swish Styles. Who else? Tino. I don't know. I haven't heard much from him in a minute. But there's a few people out. Sazy's from out here. There's a few people that actually make noise. It's just everybody. It's like instead of playing like an orchestra,
Yeah.
we're playing like buskers.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And I have spent the last 11 years, like, if it's hip hop and it happens out here and I'm not there, I hear about it.
Okay.
I stumbled, like the other day, Swish Styles performed at Park Bar. And I was hesitant about going, not because he was there, but because I just wasn't feeling going out. But something drew my attention out. I'm not going to say it was my lady, but it was.
Yeah.
So drew my attention out, and we went out. We had a good night, and then all of a sudden we're standing there, and I'm like, you know, when music you recognize comes on, and it kind of just catches you before you recognize it.
Yeah.
I'm there, and I'm vibing. I'm like, hold on a second, I know this song, and I know the DJ too, not personally, but I know the DJ, and like you know when a DJ spinning compared to when someone
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hear the performance on, like someone's in there performing. And my company's like, nah, this is just the DJ. I said, no, man, someone's in there performing. I know that song. I walked inside, Swish Styles is performing and well, and I'm just like, okay. All right, this is something. This is something. So I'm just like, I walked in, dapped him up, you know what I mean? Said the lyrics I knew to his song and left. It did me no harm.
Right.
It did me no harm. Now, this is coming from what? Fuck. This is coming from a few years ago when I performed before Swish.
Yeah.
Right? And Swish went on stage after me. I brought 3-4 people on stage with me. Swish came on after me. There was a conflict with the club because he was trying to pour liquor in someone's mouth.
Yeah.
And then the DJ dropped the battery on the space bar, so it stopped his set. So it turned everything up, threw off the vibe and everything. And then he ended up walking away saying some unpleasant words.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? But like, sometimes you have to look past that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not negatively affecting me in any way. It's not doing like, oh no. You know what I mean? The worst thing that was said that I took offense to was the opening acts weren't rocking. And I'm like, the opening act was me. And you're not telling me I wasn't rocking because I had the whole club moving. And I brought 3 people with me. And I think you might just be upset that you anticipated something to happen that didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen.
Right.
But you know what? He's one of the boys in me and the boys wrestling. You know what I mean? So it's no harm, no foul. It's like there's some real petty miscommunications that have created complications in hip hop.
Okay. So my boy E. Smitty is on. I don't know if you want to let him in.
I'll send him back, yeah.
Yeah, E. Smitty is on. I want to get him in. I want to get E. Smitty in because how do I send him the link itself?
Just send him the link that I sent you.
Yeah. And then, I want him to be a part of this because he's a mad talented dude. You know what I mean? I think and he made this track mad possible.
Yeah.
And he's one of those dudes I have a lot of respect for because his catalog is extensive.
Okay.
And dude's music is amazing. He's a singer and a rapper. But to me, I think he said give me a second finishing up some stuff. Yes. But the thing is, it's like he's so talented, bro. It's amazing, bro. Like this dude has a neo soul funk vibe to him, bro.
Okay.
You know? So it's so his his aura and joints are amazing. Like this dude could hang with anyone. He could hang with from Usher to Fonte from Little Brother. That's to let you know how talented he is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's how much respect I have for this guy. So it was I count myself fortunate to be able to do music with Smitty, bro, because it's like picture you're getting a chance to work with someone who's so multi-talented. Like it's like to me on the level of Master Ace. That's how talented he is. You know what I'm saying? That's how talented a real unsung hero when it comes to music. But I would love to see Niagara, if we can, more Mississauga artists go to Niagara. Like I would like to be that one or the first artist to come out there and rock a show and destroy it. You know what I mean? Because I've never performed in Niagara at all, and I've heard Niagara has this huge underground following. In fact, there's some homeboys who I met from Buffalo who come across there a lot, and they tell me that they have like some huge shows there. So I'm like, what? So how come we don't hear about it up north here though? Like how come we don't hear it up here though? Like why we don't see
Halton absorbs it. Once it gets to Halton region, it just goes and then it starts a whole different wave.
Bro, you kidding me, bro? I would love to go ham in Niagara, bro.
You know what? Here's honestly speaking, here's what I want to do. And I know Johnny's been on two of the showcases I put already. But what I think you should do, or what I think I want to do, is organize another show, put Johnny Armani on the show.
Okay.
Because Johnny Armani brings his camp. And when Johnny Armani brings his camp, I got to shout out Mama Armani, you know what I mean? Auntie Armani, you know what I mean? Sister Armani, the cousins Armani, you know what I mean? Verse Frazier, HBJ, got to shout them all out because Gretchen, when I tell you that they raised the roof off that bitch. Remember those basement jams where they're just like,
yeah.
Gretchen, that's what them depon. That's how them depon me say. Lord of God, me say. I'm there. Yo, I went on the stage and I was hosting. I'm like, all right, we're going to have Johnny Armani up. And my eardrum bust from the way the woman screamed out loud. I'm like, okay. Sorry.
That lit? Okay.
Yeah, technical difficulty. Sorry, we got to get another person on stage. Get the person on stage. It lulls down. Go, Johnny Armani's coming on stage now. Turn up. The whole thing turn up. I didn't realize this until I started dancing. I was kind of posted up like the regular DJ for most of the other performances.
Yeah.
As soon as Johnny's set came on, I'm there dancing, moving from behind the set, just wilding out on stage with them. You know what I mean? Taking pictures and shit. I lost myself in the man's music.
Yeah, I took a peek of his shit though. I took a peek of some of his shit when we spoke, as I said before. His stuff is dope though. He has that raw street vibe to him though. I don't mind cooking with him though. I think he dope.
Yeah.
I think he dope.
Jason, I need you to resend me those send me the link to that folder and I will play these remixes. Okay. I've been sitting on 2 nukes because I don't want people to hear it until I'm ready to promote it properly. But because you just gave me an exclusive, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to share my passion with you as well.
I appreciate that. Let it go, buddy. Let it go.
Jason, please send me the link because I can't seem to find it. While we're waiting for the link and E. Smitty to jump in, I'm going to jump over to this Me and the Boys wrestling here. I'm going to show you the last couple minutes of the match between Lady Strange and DM Pina.
Okay.
Lady Strange. Lady.
You really serious about that wrestling, bro? I give you that.
Yeah, bro. I don't even have my
serious
title
about that wrestling,
right
bro.
Jack?
Really serious.
Come here for a second, please. Yeah, bro. I wore it I went down to Caravana as the world heavyweight detective. This is you.
A world heavyweight detective, bro.
Yeah, world heavyweight detective. Okay, so we're tuning in like the last 2 minutes of the match.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something, and you're about to see something that has only ever happened one other time in 7 seasons.
Okay.
Oh no, she's feeling it.
She's going to that dark place that DMP was known to go to.
This one, the one on the rope is Lady Strange. Right here.
Lady
That's
Strange.
DM Pina, one of my nemesis. Oh, I thought it was.
Gets up.
Okay. Yeah.
Lady Strange, a hair quicker here.
Dragging her in the middle of the ring. What's this for? The pin. The 1. The 2. The kick out.
Pina showing that grit.
She does have one finisher.
Both ladies in the orange at least.
Oh yeah, you're about to.
That move
What
is
you're
similar
about to do is
to
only
the
over half
setup
the
for the
time.
6,
That's it.
1, 3.
Oh!
It's blocked! Oh my gosh, Diabina blocked by Lady Strange.
That's
That move has only been blocked 2 times in the history of this federation. I knew I picked a baddie. She's on the top rope. She wants her up. Diabina, Lady Strange, cross body, and the outside leg pin. 1, 2, the kick out. Wow.
Crazy action here at Me and the Boys Wrestling in the ladies division.
Wow.
Jockeying for position for the Quarantine League Ladies of Wrestling Championship.
This was not fun.
Sunset.
Like
I
I'm
don't
watching this
understand the physics.
and I'm like
of that.
feeling legit like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
No, it's momentum. Definitely momentum. I just, like, whoever came up with that, kudos, because...
Yeah. Whoever failed at that a bunch of times. Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't have your money, Diabina says.
Stomping a mud hole in the chest of Lady Strange.
Every time she tries to get up, just struck again. Oh,
The momentum's really shifting here. But just as I open my mouth, Lady Strange with a reversal.
momentum shifts again. Uh-oh.
How much hours you put into this, bro?
Drops the elbow across
It's
the throat.
actually,
She's gonna pull her to
put
the
it
middle
like-
of the ring.
Yeah, smart move.
with recording, editing, downloading, it's about 18 hours left to
to the
go.
host. 2, not a chance this time.
Lady Strange gonna pick up a big win in her debut.
I think I'm gonna call that move the stranger danger.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's danger for a stranger.
yeah.
Yes. Lady Strange, saluting her strangelings.
The Strangelings.
Strangelings, yes. I think she'd like this iteration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smitty should be on now.
Yeah, he is. He just tuned in right there.
Let me see my boy E. Smitty.
He's Smitty.
What it do? What it do?
Yeah, this is a gentleman. This is a gentleman here, buddy. This is the guy right here.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm trying to make sure I got this camera right.
Oh, okay.
He took it off, bro. He took it off.
There we go. There we go. You on your phone?
Yes.
Turn it landscape.
Yeah.
Turn in landscape. You ever turn it around, but your camera is facing your door.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what do I do.
Go to the settings.
Okay, the settings. Okay, yep.
Settings, video setting,
Got you. Okay.
and then I think it's camera.
I got you.
Facing
Front
forward.
camera. There we go. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Now, if you
Yeah.
put it in landscape mode, sideways.
Landscape mode. Let me see.
Turn this.
Y'all pardon me, man. I just finished cutting grass, man.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I couldn't have this interview without introducing you, bro, because I mean the joint just dropped. I just put it out there. It launched this evening at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So Terrell gave me an opportunity today to kind of like preview it on his feed here, which I think is awesome. And I said, "Oh, you flipped it again, E." Yeah, now you're good. Now you're good. So
all right.
I just wanted to. We were just speaking about the hip hop state in Canada here, and I also want him to speak to the person who helped me in making this joint and who featured twice on my album as well because of his exceptional talent, his exceptional level of doing things. I have full respect for you, E, when it comes to like the quality of how you operate from as an artist with your singing and your rapping. I think you're equally dope at those. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man.
I just wanted Terrell to meet that dude. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be selfish with this one because I think it's only fair.
I got well, first of all, I appreciate that, man. Big time. It's my man, Terrell.
Yes, sir. Well, they call me the Block. Terrell's the family name.
Okay.
God given.
Okay. Dope. Thank you. And the name of this is Candid Conversations.
Yes, sir.
Man, well, first of all, like I say, I just I saw it. I felt it like when I was out cutting grass. I heard notifications, and I just got out the shower, and I was like, when I looked at it, I was like, oh shoot, I done missed some stuff. So Thank you for having me. Thank you for your kind words, Len-Dor.
No problem.
And Len-Dor is definitely dope, very dope, passionate about what he does too, man. So I appreciate even rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? And thank you again for allowing me on your Candy Conversation
No problem,
podcast.
brother. No problem, brother. Glad to
Sure.
have
Yes, sir.
So we were talking about basically the influence of what this joint when we did this joint E. And I was telling him that the premise of the song is basically to highlight the struggles of Black people, also the triumph of Black people.
Yes.
And when I wrote this song, instantly Rook provided me with a beautiful, beautiful canvas to write on. The beat is amazing. So what I told him, I said, it was only a no-brainer to put you onto it because of the fact that one, we did a previous joint before that was amazing. That track is called Soldier.
Yeah.
And this one, I just felt as if like E. Smitty belonged on this. You know what I mean? And when I was shocked how everything came into unison. You know what I mean? So what is your perspective on the joint though?
Man, when you sent it to me and when I heard what you was talking about, it was because like that resonates with me. As far as me being an artist, I never want to be put in any type of box of what I do. I do what I feel, but a huge part of me is self-awareness. I got knowledge of self when I was like 17, and like I tell people, you can get that from people can go to prison to get it. People get in the street. I got it really from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Listening to hip hop and discovering who I am as a Black man. So when that came around, like throughout my music and when I've been doing throughout my career, it's gonna pop up. When I talk about certain things that go on in the world, and when you send that to me, it was like, man, this is it right here, and it's very powerful. It's very like people say woke, but we've been woke. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it was and then like shout out Rook, man. The beat is crazy, man. Yeah. Straight up. So yeah.
So so that's Terrell right there. That's what kind of brought it together. It gave us that motivation to really speak our hearts on it, and it felt within the confines of what the album was. The name of the album is A Few Pages from Dark Ages. So when I put this album together, I wanted to highlight different points of our struggle as Black people that we still deal with today, and what we had to deal with from before. And I think it's no better to have a person like E. Smitty who have seen it all. You know what I mean? I've seen it all, and I'm kind of like on the cusp of being where E. Smitty is when it comes to his maturity. So I think the elements of the track really were cohesive of the fact of the older, the much more mature, wiser generation, the ones that is getting there. That's how I see myself on this track. So this album really encompasses that. You know what I mean? And the video that we dropped today, I wanted to really identify the two elements figuratively of the two MCs explaining, because so there's no cane fields here in Toronto. So but the best thing was the flower field, the sunflower field. So I took advantage of being in that and creating the element of us being in the field, and then E. Smitty's perspective is the guy who's in the urban setting. So it's like if you look at it from a much more artistic perspective, it's like a past meets the future type of thing. That's how I created that video. I created that video in that type of element. I wanted people to see, so this is like the field Negro, and this is a Negro now of this generation who's in the urban concrete jungle.
Yeah.
And he's now understanding, past and present. And especially that line that E. Smitty says at the ending where he said, yeah, we ain't taking it no more. Like when he shook his head at the end, and that part of it really it classed the end of the track for me and the whole video. So what we did, bro.
All right. That's dope. And now that I look at it, because I knew there was a reason those sunflowers stood out to me, but I couldn't. I like it was like this means more than it looks like. And I'm just like, nah, man, those
Yeah.
are pretty flowers. The flowers are pretty. And he's like, he's in the field. Wait, he's in the field.
Yes.
Something about him being in the field. He's in the field. What is it?
I gotta shout out my boy Donnie Quest too. My boy Donnie who helped me shot that video. Donnie Quest. He's another dope rapper, but we are really friends when it comes to visuals because he's a camera guy and I'm a camera guy. Just wanted to say that. Just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here too. My man Details. I did a joint with him, and he used. I'm guessing that in Canada that it's the sunflower is like a big part of the climate there or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Because and I actually, I was blessed to actually come to Toronto for the first time a couple of years ago. Shout out Beat Yoda. We did the Soul Powers group. Shout out Rebel Embassy. Well, let me stop that. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. When I saw the when Len-Dor was like, yeah, I'm going to the sunflower field, and then it popped in my head. I did a song with Details, and he used his album, his single cover was this big sunflower. So I was like, oh, that must be something big in Canada. But looking at the video, it's like when you see that and how you had that hat on, it's like you are that field dude out there. You the field dude, and the flowers are like to me it was beauty. It was beauty in how the flowers look, and then it shows you like with that sun beaming down on you, like, yo, this is what my people, and not saying no other people had to go through it, but we're talking about black people right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I had a feeling. I said, yo, y'all must. Well, let me say this about y'all, country, man. I totally enjoyed it. I loved it. And you talking about a clean ass place? God almighty, bruh. Clean, and a restaurant on every 2 inches that you walk, it's another restaurant. I love that, man. Yep. I lost my mind when I was there, bruh. I loved it, man.
All right.
I'm coming back too.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm planning an event in November.
Oh, word?
Aiming for November 18th.
Okay.
I already talked to Len-Dor about coming on, but since y'all got this track, I mean,
oh wow,
it really makes sense for the both of y'all to come on.
That'll be dope.
Okay.
North up here.
That'll be dope. That'll be
man. That'll be awesome, man.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Speaking of tracks, I have these 2 tracks here. These 2 exclusives that I haven't played on the podcast because I have them ready for a project. But I want to get y'all opinion on this. One's called On Road. That's a track that I actually produced the beat for.
Okay.
And then the other one's called That Smoke, which I was featured on the hook. Now, DY did the remix, and it's pretty fire in my eyes. But some people had a mixed review about it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play the track, and without coaxing you, I want to get your opinion.
Gotcha. All right, well, let it rip, bro.
Hold on, this is the original, I think. Okay.
I got her on the road.
That's okay.
She fine, yeah, she knows. Shorty got her dough. She need me, but she don't.
Did you send me the mix? Yeah, this is his. Okay, hold on. Wait for it now. There we go. It's DUI on the guitar.
All right.
He just wanted a simple beat, so I just gave it to him.
Okay.
Heavy metal on their head like a rock band. Girl, I'm crazy in my mind, yeah, I'm like that. You got a problem with it, girl, you need to sit back. I'm a G, I'm all about the 6 packs. No ab, no cool, big racks. Been in jail, came home just to get back. Got back to a hoe, didn't get back. Now I'm riding on my own, forget what I'm on. There's no dope, baby, you ain't down for me, love. You need to understand the rules to what's right and yours. If you were down with it, girl, then you're right to the door. I got her on the road. She fine, but she knows. Shorty got a dope. She ain't what she don't. Shorty got a business. She believe in the vision. And I be on this shit. The business.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, there's that one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It has. I think from what I'm hearing, y'all are trying to go for that kind of like Caribbean crossover type of vibe. That's what I get from it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why.
like a club.
Yeah.
It sounds definitely like a club joint. You know what I'm saying? And the hook, the melody of the hook is really catchy.
Yeah.
Really catchy. Yeah, it's really catchy.
Okay,
Yeah.
appreciate that.
All right, so that's what I get from. That's what I get from that. I get it. It's
Mhm.
one of those kind of club joints. You know, shorty on the road and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, spring, summer jam.
Yes, and we did it at the beginning of summer too. Okay, so this one here, this one's that like I was raised in Toronto. I was born in St. Catherine, so I got a little bit of the country vibe. But I was raised in Toronto for like 25 years. I've only been back out in Niagara region for about 13 years now. So the country's coming back out of me, but it's like I have a problem, and I'm going to share it with y'all for a second.
Okay.
You see, I established myself in Toronto. He couldn't really hear it. Okay, I got to work on that. I established myself in Toronto. I just turned up the volume, and you're going to tell me if you hear it this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yo, S said what up? By the way, big homie S said what up?
S? What up, S?
What up, S?
What up, S?
What it do?
So after playing in bands for however many years, I didn't feel like I had to go and establish myself anywhere else. But Niagara took it upon themselves to make it seem as if I had to prove myself to them.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Niagara has maybe 400,000 people out here. Toronto has like 4 million. Just saying. All right.
Yeah.
So this song right here came as a byproduct of people gaslighting me.
Okay.
I was sitting in my studio. Jorel brought this beat, and I just sat there, and it came to my head, and I was just like, okay, we got to run with it. And then we played it for Johnny Armani, and he jumped on the track, and it was nice. So I'm going to play the original first.
Expose the North. What you call it when 3 major brands work together? Shoe gang. Johnny Armani. Yeah.
Can you hear it now?
We're in the building. We're about to chew the North. You don't want that. Expose the North. What you call it when 3 major brands work together? Shoe gang. Johnny Armani. Yeah. We're in the building. We're about to chew the North. Jorel, but no, you don't want that smoke. I go find someone to blast me. There is no joke. And if it fucks, my boss, they stoned. Hey, you don't want that smoke. You go get it, and I know trendsetter. That's what you should know better. Got the soul that lasts forever. Yo, you don't want that smoke.
You on the beat is in danger. The North I expose as an anthem. If it's beat, then you want them to bless him. Ayy, you don't want that smoke.
That's some warrior music right there, bro.
Thought we was bluffing, that's jokes. Whenever I'm black and you broke, ayy, you didn't want that smoke. I came from the bottom, no paper. Ayy, they sour a nigga done made it. They mad that a nigga got famous. Damn, they don't want that smoke. Fire up the blunt, we smoking. Chum in the North, I say choking. I thought I would quit, but that's bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit, nigga, you know this.
Go find someone to promote. There is no joke. And if it follows my boss, they stoned. And you don't want want that smoke, go get it, and I know trendsetter. Mess with me, you should know better. Got the soul that lasts forever. So you don't want that smoke.
I read, I really went blue it all. Had a couple of freaks and went through them all. Now I got me a wife and I'm moving far. Still trying to keep ego from moving on. Never tell on the gang if you too involved. Money said it's a shame how I'm doing, y'all. Cali said if you banging, then shoot them more. Never tell on the gang cause I'm too involved. I used to sleep on the floor. Yeah, I ain't had nowhere to go. I had to get my little lazy ass out of the low. Now, man, I'm stacking up dough, all these colorful bands. Yeah, I put that in my hand. Take that little shit through my dance. I'll be with you. Please give us space in the room. Trust me, man, you don't want fumes.
Want that smoke? Go find someone to propose. When I speak, there is no joke. And if it fire, my boss stay strong. And you don't want that smoke? Go get it, and I know trendsetter. Mess with me, you should know better. Got a soul that lasts forever. So you don't want that smoke?
Yeah, you love that rock and roll space. Angry, Optimus Prime type of vibe, bro. You love that shit, bro. That heavy metal. I need to sound like a alien type of shit. You love that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You love that shit, bro. That authoritative vocal. I'm going to take your soul type of voice. That's what you have. That's what it is. That's what it feels like.
And yeah, I say the same. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I just came up here on my laptop and it's saying that only the host can see you. You may be able to get me in on that landscape. I don't know if you see that, Terrell.
There we go. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So let me there we go.
Hold on a second. Move gas back.
Okay.
Got you.
Good.
Can you hear me?
All right. There we go. Yeah, we're here loud and clear. All right. So, yeah, and I thank you for your time and your opinions and perspectives on that. Because, like I said, I've been holding on to those for a minute. And I want to release them at a good time. I have a project that I want to do that involves remixes of songs that I've done or collaborations that I've done. And I think that's going to be one of the ones that go on it. I started a series called In the Works volume. I think I'm at like volume 12. Mm-hmm. So like, it's basically, that was a series of raw recordings, like just the original recordings that hadn't been fully mastered and everything, but I wanted to put out there for opinions and feelers. So I think I might have to reignite that.
So I want to say this real quick. And this is coming from a perspective of, I'm not one of those guys that end all, do all, know it all, none of that. I love what I do, like y'all love what y'all do. But I would say this right here. And just listening to you, Terrell, like you say, some people say that it went over. Some people rock with it. Some people didn't. Boom, boom. This thing we do is very, very subjective. And at the end of the day, I say this right here, and this is coming from a place of love. Like, trust me, like when you do what you do, when you know it in your heart that you feel right about it, people are going to come at you at different ways, but at the same time, never look at it like, yo, what's like you say, Toronto has 4 million and proving yourself. It ain't every day we are proving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But every day we're proving ourselves, but in our hearts, we know who we are. So, so whenever like somebody gives you feedback or whatever, take it. Okay, cool. And boom. And just keep rocking with it. Use it as fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
straight up.
Advice. Thank you.
Straight up.
Okay.
I think I would like to see much more, if I can, if it's possible. I would like to see much more Niagara rappers come out to be a little more visible, bro. Like, I'll be real with you, bro. I haven't heard, despite the ones you have let me introduce me to, I haven't heard a lot of Niagara MCs mentioned on this side.
Well, here's one more. The POE, someone else on this track. Because I think these conversations need to happen for you to have those conversations over there, because it's not like there's not talent out here. I mean, like, we have open mics, we have karaoke nights, we have all kinds of performances and events. But this is that track I was telling you about earlier with where the lyric is Big Dog trying to get up on a lap.
Right.
The song's called Maybe. It was produced by Driving Under Insanity with someone else featuring The Block. So
Maybe I'm bigger than I think I am, and maybe I'm a big dog trying to climb in your lap, and maybe I'm a growing all my clothes, and maybe there's a chance that nobody knows. Maybe I'm louder than I think I am, and maybe I'm half deaf from my years with the band, and maybe I shout every time I talk, and maybe I should just go for a walk, and maybe I should think of calming down, 'cause lately my head is always up in the clouds. I daydream, lost in ways to make things go. It's crazy, I feel this way and nobody knows. Maybe I take up too much space. Maybe there's not enough room in this place. Lately I'm feeling like I'm in the way, and maybe I said all I had to say. Big dog trying to get up on your lap. I said all I had to say. Big dog trying to get up on your lap. I said all I had to say. Big dog trying to get up on your lap. Made moves and I'm never looking back up. The things I've already outgrown. I'm looking for my throne while I'm aiming for the zone. I've been places you will never see. I'm that man that you may never be. Fly too high cause they curses me. Stick a movie, see a new reality. Pick up on the scene because I'm on the side. On the block on the rise, thanks for the most high. Rock the track with POE, never DUI. Maybe this is why, music's what I try. Cause I've been lost, maybe I should have looked. People within know, over to a book. Wants to be the thing that makes me less a crook. Maybe I'm seismic and stepping like a shook. Secret for time, flipping in my pride. Maybe I'm divine and span of a giant. Exposed to no things, a culture shock. Maybe you should try it. Keep in mind if you're not on staff, you're replying. Maybe I take up too much space. Maybe there's not enough room in this place. Just lately I'm feeling like I'm in the way, and maybe I said all I had to say. I said all I had to say.
Okay.
I said all I had to say.
So, what made you decide to use your heavy ass voice on an actual acoustic track? Like, what possessed you to do that?
believe it or not, it was a request. The two of them had concocted this plan to get me out of my comfort zone because anytime they bring me like your traditional, if you will, hip hop beats, I just start freestyling over them. So I guess they wanted to, like, iron sharpens iron, basically.
Okay.
And these guys are two of the best people I could think of working with in the region. They talked me into it. They're like, here's the song. And they kind of, without saying it, said, if you can't do it, it's okay.
Okay.
And I was just like, no, you didn't. I'm getting it done right now. So I got it done. And I was requested for the lyrics, and he gave me just the direction on the lines of just do it from a perspective of someone who was larger than life kind of thing. So it was a little easy that way. So
yes, that's dope, man. It definitely has some legs, man. The melody and everything, and it's very, very catchy. Very, very catchy.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you come in, it's unexpected. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're showing that you have some reach. I guess I think that's the word they call it. When you
Yeah.
When you're multifaceted. Range. So that's a good one for the portfolio. I understand that it's pretty different. I give you that. It's pretty different.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
expect.
think, if I may interject, I think if I'm being honest and giving DUI all the credit he deserves, that is my most successful song. That is the most successful collaboration I've been a part of where it comes to streams, playtime, airtime, where it went, how it reached, how many people listened to it, and all of that stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if y'all,
I mean, yeah. Nice.
yeah. So
Nice.
I mean, like he's been talking about making a, He's been talking about a project, and I've basically been like Agent Coulsoning the artist for him. So yeah, we got a little bit of a project that we want to work on, and it involves something along the lines of what you heard. So if that's something you could rock with, then by all means, when you know what I mean, when we're done this podcast, which is soon, we'll chop it up for a little bit and get an idea as to how we can make that work. Jason, if you have the login credentials, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like I said, I started working with him a couple years ago, and at first I was hard headed in my ways. Like, you know, when you know something, you know it, and sometimes we don't want to hear from other people things that we need to know because we already know what we're thinking about. So this guy found a way to chisel past that ignorance and inform me about things that I need to know more effectively. And I came to the point where I could trust him with meat, fire, wires, people, and we're going to argue about technology, but as long as we have a mutual respect, we're good.
Understood.
But yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, if he's not jumping in, Jason, let me know if you're jumping in, because if you're not, like, I think dinner's ready, and yeah, I'm about to get that in. Okay, dinner is ready, and she made ricotta from scratch, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
Telling you, man, I got lucky here.
I want to say this real quick, man. Shout out to you, Terrell. Thank you for having me. Shout out my man Len-Dor.
Peace, man.
Man. Like I say, very, very passionate, distinctive artist, man. Y'all check out that few pages from the Dark Ages. What was the name of the other one that you had? The first one you put out?
The Truth That Denied with both.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
All right.
Yeah, and keep rocking, Terrell.
All right, we got
his man just popped on, bro. But hey,
what up?
I call him the executive producer because he hates it. He's an artist, right? He's an artist through and through.
Okay.
But if you know how many things this guy is actually a part of, like, you'd be surprised he's working with me, though. I'm saying, like,
that's dope. That's dope.
All due respect.
No,
how you doing, fam?
How you doing, bro?
No, not hearing you.
You're not hearing your mic?
Not yet. Yeah. No, still not hearing you. You see the volume bars on your screen on the left side? Still can't hear you. Like, this guy actually is the reason why I can control the volume for each guest that I have on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you here? He left again. He came back out. But I mean, honestly, Terrell, I mean, we would love to. Would love to get a chance to perform in Niagara. I think it would be a good way to grab a scope. If my boy E. Smitty, I know he will be here if he has the opportunity and he will come.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great idea to kind of like spruce up the interaction between our side, your side, and across the border in Niagara. I think Niagara has a lot of culture there. I think they have a lot of music heads there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be interesting to see different artists on stage, from the locals to us to furthermore. Mm-hmm. So which would be cool, which would be really, really cool.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like the idea of that. So I'm going to talk to a couple of people. November 18th is the tentative date. I'll let you know if it changes, but stay in contact.
Yes, sir.
DUI, where you at?
For sure.
Yes, sir.
What's your IG? My IG is the Block Online. DABLOCK.
Okay.
ONLINE.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that right now.
All right, cool. And I'll follow back.
Fellas.
All right, friends. Have a good night, bro. Take it easy, T.
Much love. Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. All right, DUI. We'll politic after.
Later.
Yeah. East Smitty, Len-Dor.
Yes, sir.
In the building.
Take it easy.
Bless up. We out.
Take it easy.
Peace.